to the third final topic.
Third topic.
We're going to talk
next topic. Next gen.
We're going to talk about next generation consoles. More specifically, what we want from those companies. We're excluding Nintendo because
the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch is the next gen console.
Yeah, it's going to be around for probably a while.
Plus, I think they've done what they can with it. So
it's already projecting to outsell the PS4 lifetime
wise. Yeah, maybe.
I think it's going
to, because now the PS4 is done.
It's going to probably beat Xbox this year, maybe Xbox One. I know. Let's just be real.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to talk about what we want to see in the next generation consoles. I think we did this a little bit differently.
Yeah, I did.
You're just in general sense of where you want to go. Maybe you might attach it to a console specifically. I did what I want from PlayStation and what I want from Xbox. So I don't know how you want to do this. You want to go first?
So I guess mine's just more console requirements. I'll just go first.
Give one, and I'll do one.
Well, okay. Because I just have a list of like console requirements that I think that needs to happen next gen, and I think 50 frames a second minimum is a must.
That's
no, 60.
I was about to say. I was like,
did I say 50?
Yeah, you did.
60 frames a second minimum.
Okay.
Minimum.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So.
All right. Yeah, I would throw that specifically on the Xbox because PlayStation already does it for. I've never seen it drop anything lower than that. But
PlayStation, I know, does it a lot for their exclusives.
They also do it with third party.
Oh, okay.
Where Xbox
it still is at 30-ish.
So if I was to, so what I have from my Xbox list, I would have added that.
Okay.
The 60 frames per second thing, I think needs to be on Scarlet, which is the code name for the next generation Xbox.
Is it gonna be red? I hope it's red.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. A red console.
A red lighting. Oh no! Wait, no. That might bring up bad PSD.
Oh,
no,
PTSD
for
STD, ATD.
It might bring up bad
STD.
memories for people who had to deal with Red Ring of Death.
Yes. No, I think the next generation console for Xbox, I think what they're going to do is go more PC than console. I think that Microsoft is going to release a console that blends so far over to the PC that it practically can be a PC.
Okay.
It has graphics that can support it. They've already got the 4K stuff going on them. The only thing they need is that 60 frames per second, and they've built like the ultimate console. The only thing I can see resolution-wise on what they could do is go to 8K. But at that point, it's like, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So it's like, I honestly think that the next Xbox, because in my opinion, it's like Xbox has the best console. They just do, and I'm not saying it as like a fanboy, but that's part of the reason why is I am the fanboy of the Xbox is because the Xbox is the ultimate, specifically the X is the ultimate console. It's 4K, but I guess the problem, and I'll get into that as another thing for my Xbox list, but hardware-wise, not talking about other stuff, hardware-wise, 4K, it's silent as hell. Like, you can't even hear that thing.
Really?
I loaded up my PlayStation 3 last night, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot how consoles sounded. Like, and the PS4, like, I have a PS4 Pro, and you can still kind of hear the PS4 Pro. With the Xbox One X, it's practically not there. Like, it's so quiet. It plays the 4K Blu-rays. You have an all-in-one media center that plays 4K crap. Like, not crap, but all the 4K stuff in one thing, you can do that. It streams 4K. It does and it's one of the only consoles that can do that. Like, I think Netflix doesn't stream 4K to PlayStation or something like that.
Because PlayStation can't technically do 4K.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, like, when you go over to PlayStation side, the console, even the Pro, does not have asterisk mark 4K.
Yeah.
So it's still good.
It's still
yeah,
an
I'm
awesome
not saying
console.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Xbox has the superior console right now. It's just there's another issue, and I'll get into that with my next thing that I say after what you say.
Yeah. I think the next gen consoles, PS5, Xbox. I think day one backwards compatibility.
That is on my list for PlayStation. I have that.
I think, and I don't mean like digital or like, oh, I want to log in.
Essentially, what Xbox is doing.
Yeah, I want to log in, put my disc in if I have it on disc, install it, go, or if I have it digitally, just reinstall it. I don't want to have to like repurchase it. Like with some of the like PlayStation, it has to get like with PlayStation.
Well, yeah, I mean, like for example, like freaking Destroy All Humans. Like I had to buy that game. I had to buy that game again. But if I had it on PS2, or if I had it on Xbox 360, I can put it in on my Xbox One. So it's like, or Red Dead Redemption more specifically. Like you gotta repurchase Red Dead Redemption for PlayStation. But if you're an Xbox person, you just throw the disc in.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how I played. I streamed Red Dead that way.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I totally agree with it. Backwards compatibility at this point is like, unexcusable.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you wouldn't put that in your console.
And it's in such a demand. It's in such a high demand.
Well, the reasons why. Why PlayStation doesn't. They want the money. They want it.
I think the way PlayStation is going right now, especially with this whole Fortnite thing, they need to end the whole. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But
yeah, what's your next one?
So I did have backwards compatibility on my PlayStation list.
Yeah.
It's just stupid of why you wouldn't put that there. But another one a new freaking dashboard.
Oh, yes.
I despise
It's
the
a
PlayStation
mess.
dashboard.
It is a mess.
It's like someone just was like, yeah, just add that in. Yeah, just throw it in there. I don't even know. Like, it's such a 6 steps to get to my freaking games. With my Xbox, I just hit the freaking center button and I'm there. I'm like, I'm already at my games.
I will say this though. For somebody who's not used to using like menu systems, and if you don't play many games, the PlayStation is perfect for you, because I will say with the Xbox,
them all up, I guess.
I will say with the Xbox there is it can feel overwhelming to somebody who's new.
I think it's
you
like
pop it on.
I think it's like snowboarding and skiing. You have more of a learning curve of how to ski.
Yeah.
But it's easier to ski in the long run. But it's easier to learn how to snowboard, but harder to go on. I think that that's how PlayStation's the snowboarding, Xbox is skiing. It's like it just needs to be.
Yeah, because I think the PlayStation, if you're super casual, you're not used to this type of a deal. I think the PlayStation, if you don't play many games, you have like
works. 4 or 5 games on your console.
It works. However, when you build up a library of 60 plus games on your system and all these other applications, it's a mess. Whereas the Xbox, it's easy to navigate. It's easy to find like where your things are and where to go. The only problem is just learning how to operate
where to
it.
go it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I tell people, is like when people are asking, well, like what are some of the differences, and I'll say like, well, the PlayStation's operating system is easier, but it's a mess. However, once you learn the Xbox's operating system, it's far superior. It's just you got to go over that hump of learning it.
It's very much.
You'll open it up and it will look intimidating, but it's really not.
Yeah.
You just gotta go.
It's very much like you can definitely see that Microsoft has spent a whole generation trying to devise it in the 360 era to get to now.
A lot.
Oh, well, yeah.
They've
like
changed
the dashboard now is way different than what we got at launch.
We've had like 4 different versions of the dashboard on the Xbox, just on the Xbox One cycle.
Yeah, it's but I think PlayStation needs to fix that shit. Like, A1 not priority. That's the second thing. Get your backwards compatibility. Fix your stupid freaking dashboard. And
here's the thing with the PlayStation 4 dashboard. The PlayStation 4 dashboard, in my opinion, is the exact same dashboard as the 360. Here's the difference, though.
The first one.
Not the 360. I mean the PS3.
Yeah,
it's the same. It's the same thing as the PS3. The only difference is the PS3 didn't have as many apps, didn't have as much digital content, just cramming in there like you do on with the PS4.
Yeah.
And it's just, ugh.
It just seems like you walked into a teenage bedroom and it's just like shits everywhere. You're like, all right, like, but they know where everything's at.
Yeah.
It's like,
because it's like there's your bar.
Like the mound of clothes, which like.
Yeah, cause like there's your bar with like all of like the last 10 games you've played, and then your library is all the way on the end that you have to go into that subset of menus, and then to do anything on the console side, like check notifications, it's on a menu that's up, and then all that.
Yeah. I just
don't-
want to press one button and then there it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my complaint. What
Yeah.
do you got?
My next one is 4K HDR native.
Oof. So what the X is?
What the X does,
Yeah.
yeah. It's minimum 60 frames.
4K 60 frames. That's a pretty hard feat. Not very many games can do that.
No, I feel
That's
that,
like all first-party games can do that.
yeah.
Well, for Xbox,
Unless they got a
majority of
patch.
them. Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of becoming the standard on PC. Why can't it be the standard? In
Well,
the
even
console?
for PC, it's really
I
expensive
know it's
to do that.
I know
but
it's
yeah,
I know it's
that
a
would be
step up to go to 4K. But I think that having the capabilities, just to have your thing be a native 4K player for Blu-rays.
Mhm. What if they did? What if both companies released two different consoles like how they have now?
Yeah. No.
But like
Yeah.
how Microsoft did when at the launch of the 360, where they had actually they had three different versions, but they just had, here's the extra $100 you can get the 4K 60 frames, and for this one you can just get 4K.
No, I think
You want one console 4K 60 frames a second.
I think
That's ooh, okay.
No. I think that would be bad business to release
two,
do
yeah.
two different consoles on launch.
I mean, 360 don't. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I'm just trying to think of how expensive would that be.
The
to get
Xbox
4K
One X
60.
can do it
Not
already.
Well,
And we're
not
also
on every game.
We're also
but-
probably 2 or 3 years out on this. Prices change.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But,
yeah.
but that's what I think.
The next one I have here is is 4K, like you said, 4K true, but with movies and whatnot. I think
For
PlayStation,
PlayStation.
PlayStation not having the ability to play 4K movies is a joke. It just makes you regret and leaves you a dirty taste in your mouth every time I see someone buy a PS4 Pro. Like the new Spider-Man game is getting a PS4 Pro red console and
I
whatnot.
know, it looks pretty slick. I kind of want one.
And I would say go buy it, but it's like you can't do anything else with it.
Yeah,
you can
no.
only play games. It's like, what's the point? You guys own the freaking disc name. Like you
I
guys
know.
created this.
I
Like
know you guys own the patent for this tech. Like why?
yeah,
are you
Sony
throwing it there?
owns the patent for
Blu-ray. Yeah.
So every time a Blu-ray is made, they get money for
They
it.
get licensing. Yeah.
So that's why, like, when Xbox jumped over to Blu-ray, every time
they had to.
they have to pay a contract
getting,
fee.
Sony's getting royalties of some sort.
Exactly, to
Yeah.
make those games. But it's just, it's so dumb of why the console's not able. Why is the Xbox One S? The Xbox One S is capable of playing 4K movies, and we can't freaking get it on stupid. Yeah, it's dumb. It's just a dumb thing. But yeah, that's what they need to. I think that PlayStation needs to fix that. So
Yeah.
What else you got?
Crossplay.
Ooh. Well,
I-
Xbox is fine with that.
Xbox and Nintendo have been cool.
I
seem
still
to
want
be
them.
cool,
That
but
it's like the couple you want to have
Yeah.
babies, and you're like, have babies, like Xbox and Nintendo.
and but the thing is I think because of the whole Fortnite debacle, I think that's really shining a light on mainstream, the masses, not just the gaming community, but just people in general. The situation with Sony, and I think they're gonna cave.
I think that
I think for them to do as well as they did this gen,
yeah,
I think that's something that they're gonna have to cave on.
I feel like if they don't do it, it's I think the tides are going to turn back to Xbox. I think everyone's going to jump ship, and they're going to go back
I
there.
bet you in the next E3, like in the E3 that they announced the Xbox One, if they say
Or the Scarlet, you mean?
Scarlet, when they officially announce Scarlet on like the Xbox One or the Xbox, show
Yeah.
at E3, I bet you if they show like crossplay, Nintendo and PC, and they emphasize that,
yeah.
I bet you Sony's gonna be like, shit.
Yeah.
Because I think right now, especially in this end, because we're in sort of the end cycle of this console, I think Microsoft has a big advantage
Oh,
going
you're
into.
already seeing they're
Yeah.
fortifying their army right now.
Yeah.
Like they bought 5 new companies.
Yeah.
One of them is a quadruple A. I don't even know what that even means. A quadruple A team that they're creating down in Santa Monica. They bought the We Happy Few guys. They bought Ninja Theory. They bought Playground Games. They bought Undead Labs. And it's like,
And they're being real buddy with Nintendo.
and then they got
And they're not
that,
being-
and then they're doing backwards compatibility. It's like it's so insane of why has Xbox failed at this and I
It's
feel like
because
it's all about that launch.
Yeah,
It's
they
all
messed
about
up.
it.
They messed up their launch, their E3 like launch or their E3 reveal and their launch.
Well,
They
because Phil wasn't in
messed it up.
charge.
Yeah.
This is very much Phil Spencer has turned this console around dramatically.
Yeah, I really think that Sony has the big upper hand, and I think one of the big things going into this, and one of the big contingencies with people, is what's the crossplay gonna look like.
Yep.
And I think with Xbox being crossplay with Nintendo and PC, I think that's a huge marketing thing for them. And if Sony decides to just stick their nose up in the air about it, I think that's gonna, in the long run, hurt them big.
Yeah. I mean, but PlayStation is also very stubborn. They won't even let me change my freaking name. It's easy. How freaking easy is that? Like you can't program that, but you're telling all these other developers they're willing to do it, and you're just like, nah, don't do it.
Yeah.
Um,
I really think that's gonna hurt them if they don't cave on it. I think if they don't cave on it.
Yeah. My thing goes back to Xbox like I was saying, that console launch has to probably be the best console launch for Microsoft that they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And judging by that new, I can't even think of it. What's that new? I don't even know if I have it written down.
Describe it. Maybe I can think of it.
Well, I'm trying to think of the Xbox. No, not the Xbox. The Halo game.
Oh, Infinite.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because I was gonna say Halo 6, but I'm like Halo something. Anyway, that is probably a launch game. If we're thinking that game's like 2 years out,
Yeah.
more likely it is. And because Gears comes out next year, and so then following year 2020, we might even be seeing it then. But I think you got to get Halo out there. You got to get another Forza game out there. I think you just get every single first-party game to come out that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, have Gears of War
Just
come
do-
out the previous year and then already start working on it again. Like, or have another team working on a Gears game. Like, and then just, and then show everyone
Solid lineup.
you got, like, here is all of our stuff. And then show what Playground's been working on. Show what Undead Labs, Ninja Theory.
Just show
yeah,
what all
Ninja
they've been working on.
Yeah, Ninja Theory doesn't have a game they're working on right now, right? And
that
then
I'm aware of.
Playground has already finished Horizon, so now they're on to their secret project, which
What?
they
Horizon?
hope-
Who? What?
Or sorry, yeah, because no,
I was gonna say, Guerrilla Games
no,
is Horizon,
Guerrilla.
yeah.
No, what I was saying was, what I meant to say was Playground was making Horizon,
Oh,
Forza
Horizon, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they're done with that because that game comes out this year,
Mhm.
and then they're working on their secret project, which I hope to God it's Fable, and like, it's just that. And then
Yeah.
Battletoads. Does Battletoads have a release date yet?
I don't think so.
Launch something with that. Put Rare out there. Get their fucking Battletoads out there. I don't know. Like, do
Just launch
the
it with a
biggest thing that you could do, and then just show your first year.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what PlayStation has done. Is just they showed their hand every single time.
The Nintendo do that with the Switch too. They're like,
Yeah, because that's their last chance. They're like, we got to show them everything, otherwise no one's gonna buy our
during
stuff.
the Nintendo Direct when they announced the Switch, they were showing like, well, this game, Breath of the Wild is going to launch with this.
Yeah,
and then a couple months
that's
later,
where we saw our Atlas game.
Yeah,
and
then it's like,
that's we've turned
yeah,
that
and
for
it's
a long
like,
time.
yeah, and then you're gonna get Mario Odyssey a couple months later, and then you're gonna get this Splatoon a couple months later, and then you're gonna get this one a couple months later. It's like that's what Microsoft has to do.
Yeah.
And I think crossplay is I think that's going to be a key factor, I think, in this next gen, because it's a big debate right now. It's a big thing people want right now. And I think if Sony just says no, just keeps their nose in the air about it, I think it's going to hurt them. At least probably on an international market, it probably won't hurt them that much in
No,
Japan or in Asia.
It's very much a
But
battle for the Western
yeah,
audiences because Xbox doesn't sell in the East. It doesn't sell in Japan. It
Yeah.
doesn't sell because
it has a hard time in Europe.
But that's the other thing is though. Microsoft needs to announce a JRPG game coming exclusively to them.
They had one.
They did, but
Scalebound.
yeah.
They had one.
Rest in peace. I'm sure it was utter shit though, because there would be no reason of why we've sustained Crackdown, but we
Yeah.
threw away
God,
another game.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that the launch for Scarlet needs to be heavy, if not exactly how Nintendo did it.
Yeah.
Exactly how they do the, we're gonna launch the game, 2 months out, 3 months out, something like that, where we're getting like every quarter, boom, first party game. Boom, first party game. And then when we look over on our third party spectrum, we need to see those guys too. But it seems like third party we have no problem with because
you know what I bet
but they do need to fix that 60 frames a second thing. They need to put that in all their third party stuff.
You know what I think is going to be a launch game for the next gen games?
What?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I bet
And it seems like they're a little buddy with Xbox, so
I really think Cyberpunk, because I know they said it's going to be on the next gen, and I bet you they're waiting for it to be a next gen launch title for them.
Yeah, because like that's the thing is like Microsoft, as we saw at E3, publicly stated they have friendship with Bethesda. On Bethesda's stage was said that they're like, we've had a great relationship with Microsoft
Well,
and all this.
That's because they let them put their mods.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
let their mod community
They've
go
let
wild.
do whatever they want to do. So, and anything. The best way to make Bethesda happy is let them do whatever they need to do, just to get their stuff out there. And especially with like what Morrowind was on. No, was that on Xbox?
Morrowind was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
And it sold more copies on the Xbox than on PC. No, Morrowind, because if you
That was on the Xbox, the
Xbox,
first,
the original
yeah.
Xbox, yeah. That game saved Bethesda.
Wow. And
That-
it's because
that
of
game-
Xbox.
that
It's
game-
because of Xbox.
Yeah, no, that game, because I think I've showed you No Clip, the channel No Clip. Okay, I will show you after this. They do video. They're a crowdfunded video game documentary series, and they actually go to the developers and talk with the developers.
Huh.
Shout out to No Clip. You guys are awesome.
I don't think you've. I think you've told me about, it, but I've not seen them. Though.
They right when E3 came out, or right when E3 was started, they did one with Bethesda, and they're talking with Todd Howard and all the lead designs, and they're talking about how they were going bankrupt, and Morrowind had all their eggs in their basket for Morrowind, and the game sold so well on the Xbox One,
yeah.
I'm gonna say Xbox One. I mean Xbox first gen Xbox.
Yeah.
It sold so well that it literally saved Bethesda.
Yeah.
Literally saved Bethesda from bankruptcy.
That's so crazy. Of like, and that's probably the reason why Bethesda has had that push more towards the Xbox market, where when you bought Fallout 4, you got Fallout 3, but that was also with the full backwards compatibility thing.
Yeah.
Like
Fallout 4
very
is
much,
now on
Games
Xbox
for
Pass.
Gold. Yeah,
it's
Games
on-
Pass.
it's
Yeah.
on Games Pass now.
So it's just like I think right now Microsoft has the army, I think they're holding.
I think
they're waiting for
I
it
think
to happen.
and I'm not trying to sound like a huge.
No,
fanboy
it very
for
much does sound like we are.
I know it
but
does, but I think
I'm
it's just
trying to
we're
play
just-
devil's advocate.
Yeah,
about it.
I just think we're just in agreement that as of right now, the way that the industry is looking right now, Microsoft's holding all the cards for this announcement. It's all it's all on them, because I think that they have the chance to on this next gen to do it.
Yeah. Do you have any more?
I do.
I'm
I have
out.
two more.
Okay, run through your two.
My last two is I think the console at launch should be no more than $400 to $500.
For both consoles.
Both consoles, yeah. I think for more than 60 frames and for 4K native, I think $400 to $500 at launch, I think is reasonable.
I think
With a
500
what?
is steep.
Well, how much was your Xbox One X?
That was $500. But how
Okay.
many times are they selling it? They're trying to knock $50 off that damn thing every single
I know,
time.
but I think in a couple years, I think $400 to $500 with a one. I think also I will also throw in a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive. 2 terabytes if you're gonna go 4K. I think
I think one it's a standard.
I
Like
think
that's
one is the standard, but I think if they're gonna put in that 4K HDR native, the file sizes are so big. I think you would need a 2 terabyte just to have like 10 games in there. But I think if they put in like a hard drive like that, I think $500. I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to think that Microsoft did that, and they included Kinect in that bundle.
Yeah.
And if at launch they
Yeah,
were
right,
what,
yeah.
like $500 at
Something
launch,
like with Kinect, yeah.
and it was just, it's just a. I don't want Microsoft to try to shoot for the moon with like everything and then put it in one box and then they're like, yeah, it's $500, because clearly no one gives a shit about what's in the box. Like if they did, the Xbox One X would have outsold the PS4 Pro, and I think it's still new technology now. I understand that, but and you know you got the first party stuff still coming out, and PlayStation 4 had a real tremendous lead when both of the premium consoles came out with X and Pro. But I think if Microsoft can come out and they're like, yeah, you remember how the Xbox One X was $500? Well, it's $400 now.
Yeah.
And it's better. Like that sells your box.
Yeah.
But if PlayStation comes out and goes, oh shit, like we designed our box to compete with your X, and it's $500.
Yeah.
People are gonna buy the Xbox.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's the regular consumer that's gonna buy that console.
Right. Yeah. Like I was saying, $400 to $500.
Yeah.
I think.
I think that's a fair price tag.
I think that would be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like this. You know, if you look at the Switch, they had to exclude a lot of stuff for the Switch just to make it 300.
Yeah.
A lot of conveniences, no game,
and that's including all the $80 dock and the whatever this and the controller's not even involved in it.
Yeah.
But Joy-Cons are like $70 a piece. I don't know. They feel like they are.
And then this one, I guess, is more for PlayStation, but because my Xbox already has it, but subscription service.
I mean, they sort of do, but
as in like I'm talking the Game Pass. I think PlayStation needs to get a Game Pass.
They do have the PlayStation Now.
Yeah, but it's terrible.
Yeah, okay.
Get one like
they
Xbox.
need to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me download my
my games and give me better, more options. I think PlayStation needs to compete better with the Game Pass. And I know this whole thing sounds like we're just ripping on PlayStation. We love PlayStation. We love our PlayStation.
I have all the consoles. I have all of them.
I primarily play my PlayStation right now. I rarely
bounce back and forth.
I rarely play my Xbox nowadays. But I'm telling you, my opinion is being extremely unbiased right now. And
well, it's also the thing of like, as somebody that was on the other console, this is something that we're saying as this console has that this console does not. So why does this console not have it?
Right.
And it can easily be said, like I was saying about the first party stuff, to go on, more on PlayStation side. PlayStation is done very well on here's our first party stuff, here's our partnerships with our third party stuff, and it's all going to be like native 60 frames and like this and that and everything in the kitchen sink. And Xbox has kind of sat there and just kind of pulled out half-assed games. And I'm not saying that developer-wise it was half-assed. It just didn't do well. Like Sea of Thieves didn't do as well. State of Decay sold a lot of copies for an arcade game, but didn't do it's not gonna. It's a $40 game. It's not gonna rake in money. That game is literally made because people love State of Decay. So then they made State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2, yeah. State of Decay 2 isn't holding up, I think, like they thought it was going.
No, but it sold really well. It just it's just $40. It's like not that's not the game that you want to go and do. And also with it, it's not very long.
Right.
Because it's a $40 game. The PUBG contract isn't working out as great as they anticipated because Fortnite came in and pillaged the scene. So it's like they've been drawing a lot of blanks on their cards. Crackdown 3 has some shit going on with it. And we're not going to get another Xbox game until Gears right now. So it's like or I guess Forza. Forza is literally the only game that's coming out from Xbox that's like it's a 9. Boom, slap a 9 on it. We'll get it out there.
Yeah.
It's gonna make money.
Yeah, because to be honest, the games that are coming out this year that we were talking about, even the ones that are third party on both consoles, I'll probably get the PlayStation 4 version of it. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You also have the big fatty Xbox too.
I do.
So
have
like
an old
for
big
me,
fatty Xbox.
for me, I
Yeah,
would
you
totally
have the
buy
X.
everything third party for my X. So it's like,
yeah, I still have
except for Overcooked, I'd buy it on Switch.
yeah, I still I still have first gen Xbox. So
Hey, it still works.
I mean, it's still kicking. I thought it was having some problems the other day. And I was like, oh man, is it time?
Is today the day?
Yeah.
No, my dad's he has my Xbox,
Yeah.
my first one, and he's telling me like, yeah, I can't push the disk drive. It's not injecting the disk. And I'm like, might be having to go digital.
Yeah,
like, slap a hard drive on that thing.
For the past year, I have a hard time. My button to connect my controllers to it to sync my controllers doesn't work. So in order for me to sync controllers, I have to physically plug it in.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not a.
There's loopholes around
Yeah.
it so far. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't think they were made to last this
Yeah,
long.
because I mean, I have like 230 games for my Xbox, and I think I have about 60 to maybe 80 on my PlayStation. But the past year, I've spent way more time on my PlayStation than my Xbox.
You're also catching up too.
I also have been
You're catching up on like 5 years of games.
Plus that, and I'm hooked on Final Fantasy 14.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they just need to step up their subscription service.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, comment section below what you want in your next gen and which one would you might go. Are you a PlayStation fan that's looking out the window at the Xbox party, or are you the Xbox guy that's kicking the ball outside and then there's nobody playing with you? That is going to be it. That's the end of the episode. That's end of episode 19 of Bitcade. That was a pretty
that was a good one.
Good one. Anyway, any
nice
any
and
remaining
smooth.
thoughts? Yeah, it was. We had a little rocky start in the beginning, but we're okay. Any closing statements? Anything?
Play Octopath Traveler.
Oh.
Even though I know
Do
this
that.
is like a month late.
No,
and
now it's probably available.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you can probably
like,
find it somewhere unless you want to digitally download. Because I know most people who I know who have it, they downloaded it.
Yeah, it's not that big of a game, is it?
I don't know.
It shouldn't be.
I wouldn't imagine.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Bitcade, and it is you guys can follow the links down in the description below. You can check us out on Mixer. We stream pretty daily over there. Just go over to mixer.com/Primal Target, and you guys can check us out live over there. That's where you can also see Ashton, our other member of Primal Target, and he streams Wednesday through Friday on a pretty regular basis.
You know what he's been playing recently?
What he's been playing?
Yeah.
Do you know, or are you asking me?
You,
I think he's.
I'm usually in bed when he's up.
Yeah, he
so.
streams pretty. He's the later streamer, so I think he's streaming. He kind of bounces back and forth. It's usually PUBG, like Sea of Thieves, and I think he throws in a like he just beat Cuphead over there.
Oh,
so
nice.
he throws a couple of those in there every so often. But yeah, also check us out on
Xbox exclusive worth talking about.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
And now it's on PC. Well,
It's been on PC.
Yeah. But anyway, you can also check us out on Facebook if you like that too. Videos get uploaded over there every so often.
That would be good on
it's a
the
little
Switch.
behind. But we also have Twitter is where you can get notifications. Primal Target. Primal_Target. Twitter.com/Primal_Target is where you can get that over there. You can follow me personally at Ryan A. Moore. He's not on social media, but you can message him here. Just subscribe to us. Little end card at the end of this video, and it has a little subscription button plus the video to the last full episode, and also a video to some random thing into the future here on YouTube. Lots of cool things happening. If you're watching this at the end, we are not at PAX. Wait, are we at PAX? PAX is at the end of August, and we will be there. Ashton and I will be there at PAX 2018, PAX West 2018, and it's going to be awesome. So if you do see us there, or if you have anything, you can tweet at us and whatnot. But yeah, it's I hope it's gonna be great.
Sure it will.
And then we'll do a recap of PAX in the next episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.